Welcome back, everybody, to Sports Off Center. We've got a great segment coming up. We have 3 Hall of Famers on the show, and Craig's here too, but still, stick around.
Hey, we're back. Calvin Murphy has joined us. He knows a lot about basketball. He knows a lot about everything, and he can twirl a baton better than anybody else I ever saw. Calvin, great to have you here, and you're here on your birthday.
Isn't
That's
that
special.
Something? Sure, but you know, anything for you. You know how that goes.
You know, we asked this guy to be on about 3 or 4 times because he is an icon here in Houston, and we're glad he could make it. Surprised at all that the Rockets are out of the playoffs this early?
You know, I was disappointed. Let me say that, because they should not have lost to Utah. Utah has been a situation over the years that has put the Rockets behind the 8 ball.
Right.
But they should have beaten Utah, no question.
As we're taping this, Van Gundy is still here technically, but everyone is saying he's going to be gone. Did you see that coming a mile away?
Well, yeah, you know, unfortunately, you don't win, you get on the hot seat. And over the last, 5-6 years, it's been a first-round knockout.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, maybe it's time for a change. It's not that he's not a good coach. It's just for some reason it's not clicking at the right time.
What was your favorite team that you played on?
81.
Yeah.
Well, every team I played on actually was a wonderful team. I played with some great individuals. Mike Newland is maybe my favorite because
he was hard to shut up in the huddle, though, wasn't he?
Well, so was Rick Barry, but that doesn't. But Mike came to play hard every night, and if I went through a wall, he'd come right behind me, that type thing. But 81 was the most memorable year, obviously, because we went to the finals, and we should have won it. People think I'm on drugs when I say that because it was the Boston Celtics.
Well, I was here then. I remember that. And you got in the playoffs, if memory serves, on the very last day of the regular season.
Correct.
Similar to what Golden State did this year.
Well, and our team was better than what our record showed, similar to what's going on with Golden State right now.
Yeah.
But, unfortunately, we didn't win. But we were the first Rocket championship team, and that's very important to me.
Yeah, I picked Phoenix and Cleveland in the final. Am I that far off?
Yeah.
All right. Good night, everybody.
You forgot
don't like Phoenix and Cleveland for the final?
I like watching Phoenix play, but I'm a big San Antonio fan when it comes down to championships because they know how to win. Over in the East, anybody could, show up in the finals. So Cleveland has just as good a chance as anybody. But in the East, I got to go with Detroit.
You know, Niagara has a shot at winning the Eastern Conference this year.
You've been a wise guy.
Yeah.
But
All right.
Niagara went to the NCAA tournament again.
Oh, I know they did.
But,
I know they did. My school went for the 6th or 7th time in a row, Southern Illinois, and they looked pretty good. Are you still staggered when you watch games and guys can't shoot free throws?
It's amazing to me that someone that's making $6, $7, $8, maybe $16 million a year won't.
Well, they're just trying to feed their families.
Well, their families should be fat. That they don't take time to learn how to shoot a foul shot. Shaquille O'Neal.
Haven't you worked with him, though?
Well, there was a conflict of interest. He had asked me to. And, of course, the Rockets kind of frowned upon it back in that time.
Yeah, that's
which was
true.
my mistake, going to the Rockets and asking them.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, he should, on his own, been able to be a better free throw shooter than what he was over his career.
And Yao is a terrific free throw shooter.
Well, Yao's a terrific player.
Yeah.
By the way, that the Rockets should be the Yao's team, not McGrady's, but we're not going to discuss that either.
All right. Calvin Murphy, one of the all-time greats, Hall of Famer, got that number 23. You made that more famous than the guy that played for the Bulls earlier in the go.
He should pay me for the number.
That's true. And I don't know if you know this or not. I wore number 23 in high school, and I retired my jersey. I stole it.
You retired?
Hey, listen, a couple of your buddies are coming up here on tape. We're going to go over to Del Mar Stadium, and you're certainly familiar with Del Mar.
Sure.
The NBA helped refurbish the joint over there, and so they dragged out Elvin Hayes, and they also got Clyde to show up on time, which, as you know, is not.
I got to see it to believe it.
Well, he showed up. I don't know if it was on time. He might have been a late arrival, but they were both talking about having played at Del Mar, and, well, take a look. Calvin, thank you. Happy birthday. You're the best.
I appreciate you.
Okay.
It was great here because, as I say, I know where everybody basically said. You had to get here, like if you was a fan, you had to get here about 4 o'clock to get a seat.
He just said
We
that
were
'cause
turned.
He was a stud back then. He was playing against a bunch of midgets.
We turned
He was playing against
4,000 people a night away. You know, when they played Fast Slamma Jamma, I think they had tickets. People could come as late as 8 o'clock if the game
We sold out. He was playing against a bunch of midgets.
But
he only averaged 37 points in this building.
But
See,
they enjoyed the fruits of the trees which we planted and got ready for them. See, so they came and they came and got all.
And not only that, we replanted some fruit trees and we left. So that's the way it goes. You got to keep it going.
They reaped the harvest.
We're environmentally sensitive there.
It worked out great, though.